that Grace Lake trustees will be meeting Saturday morning, the 10th of March. And at the beginning of the meeting, they'll be talking about the monies in their various capital improvement funds. And we have been invited to come just for that part and listen in to get an idea of how they do it. So I will be getting the time and everything, and I can send it out to everybody.
And that's this Saturday?
No, it's the 10th of March.
A week from Saturday, the 10th. Okay, that would be wonderful.
I actually have a copy from last year of their 8-year plan sitting in the file out there that anybody's welcome to look at. I've went through it earlier. It would take some explaining to truly understand how they do it, but they've got it down to a spreadsheet.
That's why I thought going there might help us understand their things that they sent us.
Okay.
And help us too.
I think that's great. Any other announcements?
Emergency manager Mike's not here, but he tasked me with a project to look for renewable and solar backup options for communications. So I've been doing a little bit of work on it. I'll do that to Mike to present to the board for some options for us to be able to charge and operate our communications equipment off of solar power in the event of a disaster. I can never take that around one afternoon. So that's my new task.
Okay.
And from finance, once we have one more report from a particular committee, we will have our last numbers in, and Kelly and I will be able to have the final go through and make a presentation, or we present a budget, I believe, on March 13th, 14th.
13th.
Isn't that the first meeting in March?
March 13th, yes.
And at that time, we would also need, probably have a public hearing.
Public hearing?
Probably.
Okay, 6:30 or 7. Well, we'll figure it out.
We'll work it out when we get a little closer.
Thank you. Okay. All right. If there's no other announcements, we'll move on to business. Item number 1, we finally have in hand, or at least in Jim Rock's hand, you may not have all the hard copies, but Jim Rock has confirmed that we have all the utility easements that we needed for the Route 120 water main extension project, for the properties at 44 West Belvedere Road, 45 West Belvedere Road, 231 and 236 East Belvedere Road, 249 East Belvedere Road, and 266 and 294 East Belvedere Road. I need a motion for approval of the easements.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustees Dernoski.
Aye.
Kreis.
Aye.
Duberstein. Aye. Barrett.
Aye.
Daly.
Aye.
And Walkington.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, next item up is the Nordic Energy Services Electric Sales Agreement. Who would like to explain this one a little bit?
I will. Georgianne started some research a while ago about how the village could opt in, or we could reduce our electricity bill within the village. And she contacted a gentleman who talked to the mayor, talked to Georgianne, and ended up talking to me. And it's part of energy aggregation. Essentially, they did a survey of our energy use, not including our street lights, because they cannot meet that rate. Put it out to about, Kevin, how many? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 companies. We got prices from Nordic Energy on a 24-month deal. It's indicated that they can save us $6,294 a year for a 2-year contract in electric supply cost. That about covered, Georgianne?
Yes, and I did check with different municipalities that they gave me as references, and they all said that they indeed did save money. So they were pleased with what had happened.
Are they like a hedge fund for electricity, or?
They're a supply. Nordic sells or supplies electricity. We still receive our bills through ComEd. ComEd still has a total infrastructure, but essentially we buy our electric.
Okay, so we buy our electricity from Nordic, but we have an issue with the delivery of it with infrastructure.
No, we don't
That's
buy.
ComEd.
no.
That's ComEd.
That's all
Okay.
ComEd.
And actually, it's sort of sold through ComEd.
Okay, so we get a bill from ComEd, but they're actually, all right. So I was looking at that, I was trying to figure out, if we had a delivery issue with
No.
transmission, things like that.
I talked to our rep, Diane Emerson from ComEd, and basically what ComEd does is they are the infrastructure that delivers the electricity.
Okay.
They really don't care who we buy the electricity from.
It's the same thing as the telecom companies, if you can think about AT&T has the lines, and Verizon and all these, and Comcast sells their service, but they all use the original AT&T lines.
Actually, electricity's coming from the same place, you're just buying it from somebody else, and they're gonna pay ComEd are gonna trade, basically.
And ComEd cannot raise the rate. They have to pass it on to whatever they can buy it for.
Gary, can you tell me, are these all 3 lift stations? Is that what these 3,
It's
Well,
This particular electric bill or contract is for our lift stations.
lift stations?
It's
right?
not for the entire electric that we have. You know, there's some portion of electricity we get
What about, well,
because we're a municipality.
They don't do those up?
It doesn't include the streetlights,
It is the wellhouse.
and it doesn't, we have a couple places that do not. The village hall does not get charged for electricity, Public Works does, so they will pick that up.
Doesn't have that.
But it
It
the
doesn't have
houses
that
are,
address on
This
it.
is just, yeah,
I
well,
think-
yeah,
Public Works building gets charged if it exceeds.
that's
X
gas.
amount of use.
That's gas.
That's gas?
It's not electricity. You should get free electricity from public works. It's just the gas that it leaks.
All right, then I'm
Yeah.
confusing contracts, sorry.
That's okay.
All right, but Wally raises a very valid point. Who's supplying the energy for the well houses? For the pumps for the well houses?
This is,
The well houses are on it.
This is what
Okay,
this
that's
is.
a combination of the both.
Okay, it's a combination of both.
Okay, that's what
Yeah,
I was.
the lift stations are by the well houses,
Okay,
that's all.
it's all, so that's,
Yeah.
okay, so we're all
Yeah, that's
tied
the
together.
The only item that is not on here at this time is the street lighting. And the reason for that is we are currently pursuing a street lighting grant with DECA, which works with ComEd.
Well, I have to expand on that too, Linda.
Yeah.
It's not the only reason. None of these bidding companies who could outbid the rates we have on the streetlights. ComEd has got the lowest rate available. So these companies realize that they can't meet it, so they don't bid on, it's called after dusk lighting.
Gotcha. Okay, any further discussion? Do we have a motion for approval of the Nordic contract?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Trustees Dernoski,
Aye.
Kreis,
Aye.
Duberstein, Barrett,
Aye.
Daly,
Aye.
and Washington.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Should say that this is a 2-year contract with a 1-year opt-out.
No,
It's a
no,
1-year contract. That's at the beginning.
no, it isn't. We can't opt out until the end of the contract,
The end of the 2 years.
the end of the 2 years.
Unless
If you look at-
unless you're willing to pay.
If you look at that paragraph, at the end of that paragraph, it says, if you have an Exhibit B, then it extends to the end of Exhibit B, because I got on the phone with this man and got all of my questions answered about the contract. So, basically, we're locked in for 24 months, and there would be a penalty if we got out sooner.
But it still is a guaranteed savings of $6,300 per year.
Yeah.
for each-
So why would we want to get out?
Right, no, I'm just saying
Yeah.
that it's for the full 24 months.
Okay, we're good?
Gary, let me tell you where you can look. Got this thing printed and memorized. Under terms, in the second paragraph, it says it remains in effect for 12 months from start month, blah, blah, blah. But then the next sentence says, If the customer executes an Exhibit B at the time, that includes a term beyond that then current anniversary month. For all other accounts, then the current term for all accounts will be extended until the next anniversary month. So what they're saying, to my understanding upon asking, is that they acknowledge that on our Exhibit B, it's 24 months, and so we will have the same price for the full 24 months. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, going back again, item 3 is our capital needs study and capital budgeting system. I put this on the agenda. I was hoping we'd have more done. Jeff has been working on a timeline. He has the biggest job because obviously Public Works is a big part of this. There's, obviously the water tower needs to be repainted every so many years. In fact, the other thing we're going to be doing this budget year is we're going to be looking at the condition of the inside of the water tower tank. It's due to be done. We've never done that because relatively our infrastructure is new, but now we're finally running into where it's the first time to do a lot of things. And so he's doing the timeline on the lift stations and the well houses. Fortunately, our water operating company also can help us with that. They have a lot of that readily available. But then there's other areas where we've never done anything formally, whether it's, computers. We know that, the computers we're on today, so many years, will be outdated and considered slower, God knows what else. And there'll be some new technology, so we should be planning that. We know for sure we're going to be replacing X amount of computers in so many years. Now, Kelly, our treasurer, reached out today to our auditing company, Wolf, to see what tools, software suggestions they have for undertaking this type of project. And as Georgianne and Jerry mentioned, we're also talking to our neighboring villages because there's a lot going on here. It's our different areas saying, well, I know you have to replace a vehicle every so many years, but then it's, how do you create this spreadsheet and what software do you use and how do you manage all this? Your bigger towns, Grays Lake, Round Lake Beach, they have, their funds broken into different pockets, One village manager uses the term thimbles and buckets. You have a lot of thimbles and buckets you take each year and you pour it into the bigger bucket because you're putting away for all these different things. A little thimble for computers, a bucket for repainting the water tower. And, you'd hope that you could have the luxury, like some of these villages that actually have, whether it's a true economic development fund or, I'm blanking on the term, not recreation, but you're going to do a community project that's just for the improvement or quality of life of the project. So, we're talking about starting with the basics. We just want to keep the village operating and obviously replacing equipment and services. But you get that underway, then you can start moving to say, okay, and if the economy comes back, how do we start moving some of these economic development projects? If you get a few more businesses in town and start revitalizing some of the older buildings in our town the way other towns have done. So there's quite a lot to be researched here, but it's also kind of exciting. So I think we're going to be spending a lot of our committee of the whole meetings the rest of this year or this upcoming new budget year concentrating on this effort.
Hoping to have it ready to go for next budget year.
Yes, exactly.
Now,
that would be the intent.
Now this is an obvious statement, but I've told this to Lynn and a couple of the board members, and I just want to get it out. Whatever we decide to start setting aside for these long-term projects will be money